As a beginner entrepreneur, you should be fast to provide value and slow to collect money. I have always been terrible at collecting money. I'm super flexible in my payment terms. I am probably just too relaxed in general with getting paid for the jobs that I do. And yes, this has definitely led to people taking advantage of me. And I was just saying in this last video how, like, there are people that owe me money right now. But I think that this overall has had a positive impact on my business. And this might be a ridiculously hot take, and you guys might tell me I'm an idiot. But I think it works because it signals to your customer that you care about more than money. When you make every transaction not a transaction, but more so you're giving them something, they like it, they're happy, and then they pay you. I just think it works better. I think it's easier to sell. I think it builds trust. And I don't know. I think it builds trust in not only the business, but like you as a person. And the caveat here is like beginner entrepreneur, because obviously as you know, have a more operationally complex business, you have bills to pay, you have more overhead, you have a team you have to pay. So you need like a fast cash collection cycle. Like you can't, it's kind of like the what got you here won't get you there. But from what I've seen so far as a solo entrepreneur, like up to this point, is that being like flexible with how you get paid, when you get paid, like I just think it works. I think it's beneficial because sure, like I said, like you will get burned. There will be people that like there's still people that owe me money to this day. But we've probably worked with I think over 500 people at this point, and there are like 10 that owe me money because most people have morals. Most people will pay you. And realistically, like those 10 that are giving you trouble to get your money from them, even though you provided them extreme amounts of value, they're not the kind of people you want to be your lifetime customers anyway. And that's kind of the point of this, is creating lifetime customers. Like you will get trust from people when you make it seem like you care about more than just the money. I will intentionally forget to bill customers, like, and wait until they tell me, like, oh, can you send the thing? I'm doing that right now. Right now, I have an invoice that I have to send to someone, but I'm, finishing up the work first, getting them everything they need and some more, and then I'll send the invoice. But I just think that, I don't know. I might be off. You guys could tell me I'm wrong here. But I think specifically for like a small business from like 0 to 10K per month, for a little bit of context, I have a hockey media business. We have done over 10K per month on average for the past 5 months now. So there's my little intro. My name's Jack. Blah, blah, blah. All that great stuff. You can watch another video for the intro. But I think from like that 0 to 10K per month, or maybe 5K per month, etc., where you don't have a ton of overhead, you don't have immediate money that you need to make. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying let every customer pay you a month after you perform the service, but I'm saying maybe don't ask for a deposit. Maybe don't be like, you have to pay me first and then I'll give you what I'm going to give you. Maybe you take half before, half after. Maybe you do the thing first and then get paid after. Like, I think as long as you get paid within a reasonable time frame for the amount that you requested, I don't think there's anything like wrong with this. Not only does it signal it to your customers, but I think it also like allows you to internally separate yourself from the work you're doing and the money you're getting paid, and more so just focusing on like doing great work. It's just like, instead of optimizing your short-term cash flow, you're kind of just optimizing your long-term brand trust. And like I said, like this obviously will not work as we hire people. We're going to need to be strict. We're going to have a whole billing department, for God's sake, at some point. But for now, like when you're a small business, you can absolutely do this and be fine. Within reason, I'm not saying never collect money. But 9 out of 10 people who aren't going to scam you or aren't going to be shitty about, paying you months later, I think that those people see that. They see that you're doing great work for them. And then they see that you're slow to collect payments and you're flexible to collect payments. And I think that that just builds trust. It builds respect. It shows it's like more of a human transaction. Not only that, dude, but most businesses are not like this at all. Like they need the money. They're nickel and diming people. So if you can just provide a good service and be super chill about like, okay, like just hit me with payment whenever it's easy for you, or blah, blah, stuff like that, it stands out so much. At the end of the day, to drive this home, like you can be generous and still get paid. And I think that shows stuff not just about your character, but it's nice. Like, it's a nice thing to do, and I think it makes people like you more, and I think it makes people want to keep buying from you. That's what I've seen. Like, I've no research-backed evidence or statistics to prove this, but it makes sense. And I think the only reason you would be opposed to this is if you were not confident in the service you're selling, or if you, like, for solo entrepreneur, service-based business, there's no reason you can't do this, and I don't think there's any reason it wouldn't work. The issue is if you are selling something that's not good, if you're a little snake oil salesman and you don't ask for money, do the thing sucks, then you ask for money, then you're under some issues. But if you're confident in the service you're providing, if you know you were doing something real, giving people real value, then this is like, I honestly think this can accelerate your growth. That's what I got. Let me know what you think. Have you guys ever, like, been flexible with payments and gotten burned? Have you been too strict and made people mad? Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm curious because I've never really heard anyone talk about this, so that's why I think it might be either a dumb idea or just, I don't know. Those are my thoughts. That's it. That's all I got today.